Inspiration. I need some Oh, coffee. That's inspiration. Just give me a second here. Alright, now I need to come up with some video content. Well, I've done the kitties to death. I've done house stuff. Ooh, video games. I think I know where I can find some video games. Give me 1 second here, folks. I'm gonna head on upstairs. Let's see, the orange room. Ugh, I'm not gonna find inspiration in the letterbox. Ugh, nothing in the bathroom, nothing in the guest room. I know. I need to go into the me room. Me room. Let's see what we got. We got some stuff starting to get set up. Yep, starting to get set up. It's laughable. Those are empties, okay? That thing would never hold that much weight. Let's see. Inspiration, trash box, airsoft, project, hack and stabbers, more hack and stabbers, springbok, crap. I found my inspiration! Yes, I did. Oh, okay, folks. We're now getting serious. Okay, we're going to be playing around with some stuff here. Okay, what have we got? For the retro gamer side of things, we have got, not just peripherals, because you gotta have peripherals, okay? If you don't have a trackball, and you don't have an 8-position, 1-button joystick, and you don't have the flappy paddles, and of course you don't have the other good shiznit, well, you really probably can't play, and you can't utilize, and you can't have fun. Of course, you need a transformer, and of course, the things to hook them into your, well, other stuff. You cannot have the Atari 2600. Oh, alright, let me break this down for you real quick and simple. These things came out that year. They came out that year. Yes, they did. They are that flippin' old. Everything had wood grain. Okay, they went to the 7800, they stopped with the wood grain. But the cool thing about the 7800 is, I'll get into that in a minute. Okay, first and foremost, they started out as big with wood grain, okay? Then they said, oh, okay, well, we'll make the, this is the other funny part. We will make them in, these were made in Taiwan, okay? Obviously, these were made in Taiwan. But did they actually do anything different? No. They didn't make them in Japan later on. They just made them smaller, a little less goofy looking, read like a little bit more modernized 80s versus, let's toss this over here. Okay, basically it went from the really screamingly 70s wood grain kind of thing to something more chic, a little bit more cool. Buttons were better. They weren't quite flip paddles. And they were still made in Taiwan. But now they really just made it known. FDIC, Atari Corporation, made in Taiwan. You know, they really truly did not screw around on that one. That is what it was. I'm going to chuck this back in the box here. Now, the other thing, too, is I've broken down this box because this box is really, really tired, man. I mean, I really don't like to beat it up too much by opening and closing it a lot, but I just want to give you guys a demo there. But the Atari 2600, basically you had the hardwire coming out the back, which went to your adapter, which then went to your computer. The only thing that it had to get additionally wired into it was, of course, your power in, and of course, your controller pins. And then, of course, you had a choice of which channel were you going to choose, 3 or 4, or, you know, it wasn't quite as hot rod as they are today with all these specified inputs, outputs, and all the other good stuff on all the, you know, your TV, which is really close to a computer. But I also got a ton of cartridges. I've been scrounging around and finding all the good stuff like that there. But let me go back and forth here. The Atari 7800 was the latter generation. It is a bigger. Where did I put that booger? Where did I put that? Oh, here it is. Okay. This is all the peripherals and, of course, all the game cartridges. Now, the other thing, too, is this is also interchangeable. You can run the hot rod cartridges, but they will tell you which is which because the labels were different. They weren't just plain Jane labels. Oh no. They said, it runs in the 7800. But the cool part is the 2600 cartridges that you already had work. And they work well. You know what? I'm on to play with this thing. I might have some crud in there or something, but I think I got another 7800 floating around. I know I got a couple 2600s. But also, I've got a Commodore 64. Obviously, somebody opened it up to play with it. There's no guts in the box or anything like that there. But also, I have also got an Intellivision. Oh, how cool is that? Now, the other thing, too, is I don't know if I have any of the cartridges that actually work with it, but I have two IntelliVoices. I have had to switch the controllers around. The one controller was jacked up, so I actually unplugged the one from the console, plugged the other one into the console. So now I'm running the passenger side controller in the driver's side. And the one that was originally on the driver's side is kind of sketchy. It doesn't really track real good, and the controller doesn't work real good. But all this stuff I'm going to be playing with, so I guess I might just start doing a content of, like, you know, retro gamer type stuff, and, you know, fire up a game, popping in a console. Oh, you like that cartridge? What one didn't it like? You get known to do that, folks. If you've ever had these things, you know, blow. This one's just being sketchy, man. I don't know if there's something dicked up on it or something not lining up right, but I'm not going to force it. I am not going to force it. That's weird. Both these iMagic games are sketching up on me. Well, let's just see what these guys do. Air-Sea Battle. Boom. No problem. Oh, Breakout. Berserk, Dig Dug, Gyrus, Freeway, Missile Command, Moon Patrol, Phoenix. Oh, I'm going to have made some good times when I get this stuff wired up. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to take the original TV from the original Dude Abode upstairs, and I'm probably going to put that here in the me room because it's a smaller TV. Mrs. Dude wants the big honking TV. I'm trying to dissuade her from that thing. It's some humongous monster thing. I mean, this thing's, it's about the size of a Chevy 350 and weighs about half as much, but she wants to put that thing upstairs, and I'm like, man, that thing's going to take over whatever you put it on. Ugh. But anyway, folks, so now basically we've been playing around on stuff, so I got my Intellivision, got my 2600, got my 7800, and I think I have an XL 800 out in the garage. That thing is a basket case, man. I don't even know if it's going to boot up or not, but I'll be playing around with it. So yeah, I got 7800 and Intellivision and 2600. So we'll be doing some video stuff and doing some retro gaming things and going on from there. But I want to give you guys kind of a heads up. It's not going to be like I'm going to be putting out one of these videos every single week. If I try to do that with, you know, the amount of work I had to do to get these things just presentable today, man, I don't even know. I mean, okay, let's put this in perspective. The newest thing I'm playing with here is 1984, 85, somewhere in there. I mean, yeah, 1986, okay? I mean, my car is barely newer or older than that. My car, yeah, all right, my 1985 Honda CRX is barely older than some of these cartridges, but they still work. That's why these things have such a following on eBay. Good times. All right, so folks, if you want to get something cool, I'm going to give you guys a link. There's actually a really cool, newer version of the 2600 with 40 built-in games. I think it's got some hidden games if you know the cheat. But yeah, that's it right there. And I got one for a buddy of mine from a place called thumbmonkey.com. I don't know if they still have them or not, but there's other places on the website. But go ahead and check that thing out. It's on eBay and, of course, all over Google and probably Amazon as well. But that's what it's called. How cool is that? All right, folks, so I'm going to break off on this one. Of course, you know, playing in the me room now that I actually have it kind of almost sort of barely kind of... I actually have room to move around it now, finally. It's starting to almost kind of look like a little bit like a me room. Yeah, that's going to be cool when I'm done with it. That started out as an eyeglass display, but it was free, so that's the best kind. All right, folks, so on this one, I'm going to break off, and as usual, keep it in a 10 ring. Eat good. Play your video games. Don't let them languish in the attic or anything stupid like that. These things still are fun to play. 8-bit games just rock. Good times. Alright, I kind of forgot to tell you guys. How do you run something this old into something modern? Well, you have to kind of sidestep, and you get something only slightly newer. is you get a VHS recorder or VHS player, and what you do is you jack this guy into the back of that guy, and then this then converts it over to a standard TV signal that can be read by your television. So yes, if you really truly want to play the old stuff and you want to make it easier on yourself, just get yourself an old VCR, because jacking in this old style stuff, like this guy right here, it does not directly interchange into a modern digital, well, TV or anything along those lines, because this is an analog signal. Analog is not digital. Get yourself a VCR, making your life better. I'm going to break off and go right back into where I was before. Good days.